Hello, I'm Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 58 of
How Married Are You? All right. We're the Henry family. We have a YouTube channel called Beleaf in Fatherhood. We've been doing that for about 4 years. We've been married for 9. We have 4 kids, 6, 5, 2, and 4 months. And
almost 5 months.
Almost 5 months. Almost 5 months. And we are just going to give you our honest opinion about how life is going in this episode, kinda. Right.
Indeed. But before we get there, let's just do Chocolate Baby story time.
It's Chocolate Baby story time.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right, guys. I try not to do this. I very seldomly do this. But I spank my kids.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you what's been happening. For 4 months, I've been telling the kids not to go to look out the window because we have windows that face a street, and I tell the kids not to look out the window. Don't scream out. Don't talk out the window. Don't do that because it attracts attention. Mm-hmm. I've been telling them this for 4 months, and I've been warning them and warning them and warning them every day. If I come outside and, I'm getting in the car and they stick their head out the window, get your head back in. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. So the other day, we're all downstairs, and the day before this, I told them not to stick their head out the window. So
their head is not out. Let's just say that their head doesn't go out the window. Their voices go out the window, but they could very well fall out the window.
It's a black man's exaggeration.
Yeah. I'm just saying their heads aren't out the window. Like, you got our kids on the upstairs with their heads out the window. That sounds like horrible parenting or something. I don't know.
Anyway.
Neglect.
I just want to let you know that we were downstairs and all we hear is, hi, 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 hi.
Okay.
Like that loud.
Yeah. It was a lot.
And Yvette was like, what is that? What is that? And I was like, oh no. So I don't know if I looked on the security camera or
I recorded the whole thing. I don't know if you know that.
I recorded the whole thing too.
Oh, from the beginning of the highs to when you
I
went
walked
up
in there.
Oh, I have it on mine too.
You trying to turn me into the police?
No.
I do not.
No.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Hold on, let me turn you down. Let me turn you down.
Okay,
listen, I don't trust her, guys.
No. Let me just say.
If I go to jail.
Can I just tell you what happened? So I actually started recording while you were on your way up there because I want, you know how the kids be like, no, so-and-so did it or whatever. So I wanted to have evidence to show them. I didn't know things were going to escalate the way they did.
Yeah, I just walked in. I was like, all right. So first of all, it's Anaya, Theo, and Raya. And Theo and Raya are joining Anaya, really.
Yeah, because Anaya's the loudest.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And there's people outside just trying to, like, get away. You know what I'm saying?
Just
like,
walk by.
Yeah, and it's like attracting so much attention, and which we really don't need.
We don't want it.
We don't want the attention. We don't want people to know what we do. Nothing. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, just mind your business.
Even though the last couple of weekends we've had camera crews with U-Haul truck, like, come on now.
Yeah.
People are probably like,
somebody was like, what the heck going on over there?
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't want nobody to know, and the kids attracted so much attention. So I was so disappointed in Theo and Raya because they're the leaders. I walked in and said, hey man, pull your pants down. Like, they just started to weep, and I was like, man, didn't I tell y'all not to do that? And then Raya goes, it was Anaya. And then Theo goes, it was Raya. And I was like, man, I don't care, man. Like,
they are not very good brothers and sisters, pointing fingers at each other. Come on now.
Where they get that from? Only one person got that gene in this family, and it ain't moi. Anyway, let me finish my chocolate baby story time. You're interrupting. Yeah.
I called the cops one time and you don't let me live it down.
Oh.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm
what
talking
you
about
talking about?
you growing up in that household as a snitch. You were known as the snitch in your house. John and Anthony both corroborate that.
Okay, bye.
So, yeah, man. I spanked them boys, man. I spanked them boys.
He spanked the boys, y'all. He didn't spank Anaya.
No.
Which I was watching the whole time and I was like, when's he going to do something to her? Because she was the loudest of them all.
But she's only 2.
And that's what I need help understanding, because I know she's only 2, but at the same time, she knows better. She knows she's not supposed to be out that window, Glenn. She knows it.
I know she knows that.
So then why didn't she get at least a pop?
Babe, I said, you know not to get out that window. And she
weeping.
wept. She wept like I punched her in the forehead.
Because when my dad used to say, all my dad would say was, I'm disappointed, and I would just cry. It was so sad.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
She like me, yeah. Poor baby.
Yeah.
I did feel bad because she did start to cry. She was like,
she broke. But the thing is, I want the boys to understand that you cannot do that. They do not understand. They could literally fall out the window. Yeah. It's very dangerous. And I did not want to do
Maybe
this.
we should do a demonstration with like a baby doll or something. Or a watermelon and show them how the watermelon.
All that is going to do is have Raya throwing stuff out the window. We know this. Come on now.
I'm raising that boy, aren't I?
Listen, guys, I'm not proud of what I did.
He's not.
Why you? I just said that. I'm not proud of what I did, guys, but I had to do something because.
Okay, but can I tell? I don't want this to be my chocolate baby story time, no. But this is what happened, y'all. So that all happened. And when things escalated the way they did, I was like, oh, let me stop recording this, right? And so I kind of like put my phone down and I think I like started to look.
I'm going to jail on a cloud.
And then I started to tend to Uzi. But then I look back at my phone and oh my gosh, I could cry. I see Theo,
oh my goodness,
Uriah, and Anaya hugging, embracing each other. We're going to put that clip up here. Because it was the most tenderest, is that a word?
Well, you're not going to put that on there. We'll put it on Patreon. No, we're not doing that.
Oh my goodness. It was so sweet. It was like, that is why you guys have, I was like, you are so welcome. We gave you each other. Like, you need to thank us every day and every night. But they literally were in a group hug.
Just crying together. It was so beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was like such a horrible situation birthed something so gorgeous. And like, it melted my heart. I literally I think I cried.
And I don't think that, I don't think spanking is the easiest. I think it's the easiest thing. I don't think it's the right thing. Mm-hmm. But at that moment, I felt like, you guys are not going to get this because literally maybe 3 or 4 times a week I'm saying.
Yeah, no, a day, really.
I mean, I don't say it a day. I just know there's like, oh, you're saying it. Mm-hmm. You're saying it too. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying 3 or 4 times a week at least. I'm like, do not do that. Mm-hmm. Do not do that. And they're always like just nosy and curious.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you're going to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I'm very disappointed in what I had to do. I don't even want them to bond like that. Like I used to think that was a cool thing, like have them cry together and they'll enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want to do that.
It was just really sweet.
Yeah.
It was a bummer how it got there, but it was just so sweet that they had each other to like lean on.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like you're endangering the whole family. Oh, there's some cute kids up there. Like, who knows what these people around here think? I don't know. Sure.
That man with all the cats is kind of interesting to me. I feel like he's always looking over here.
I don't be looking.
So my chocolate baby story time? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like mine's on a whole other different level. I don't even know if I said that right. But so on Mondays we have co-op, and so we had co-op today. The kids had a break, and at one point one of the kids came in and was like, Auntie Yvette, Raya said that we're not his friends. And so I was like, oh man, okay, come here, Raya. So I was like, come here, Raya, let me talk to you. And I was like, and then he goes, I know, I have to go to my room. And I was like, no, I want to know why you said that. Like, why did you say that? And so he started saying, well, so-and-so was sharing their apples, more apples with so-and-so. And so said that the gift that person gave them was their favorite gift because this person had a birthday recently and it was at a party. And I was like, and it clicked to me that he wasn't saying that they weren't his friends. He was feeling like he was being treated like he wasn't being treated as a friend. He was feeling a sense of FOMO and that they seemed to be connecting more than he was connecting with them type situation. And I was actually really proud of myself for having that revelation because he was right initially. When typically my response would be like, you shouldn't be saying that, go to your room type situation, or apologize and go to your room. And so at that point I was able to kind of
you're saying go to your room. You're saying go to your room so you can go and talk to him, right?
Not like, just to send him away.
Yeah, just remove yourself for a moment. So
like regroup so that we can have a conversation about this later. But in that moment, instantly, I got insight to like, okay, your feelings are hurt. And that's why you're saying that they're not your friends. And so I was able to bring the other party in and say like, this is how he was feeling, and which led him to say that. And then we were able to have kind of a conversation where everyone kind of understood what was happening. But I don't know. I feel like lately Raya has been kind of sensitive. I don't know if that's even the word, but he's been very like emotional, I guess. Like, have you noticed that sometimes when things happen, he like when he's talking, it's like he's on the verge of crying. Like there's a lot of emotion in his voice.
Yeah, it's so annoying to me. Like I don't feel sorry for him. I'm kind of like, first of all, you're not like he's not thinking all the way through. Like when like last week you talked about like, you know, the food not being there, and he was like, are you kidding me? Like he's not fully thinking.
Yeah.
So like his lack of understanding is making him frustrated and he wants to cry. And I'm kind of like, yo, like I get annoyed. I don't feel sorry for him. Like initially, like I'm just gonna be honest with you, like I'm not like, oh buddy, you know what I'm saying? Like you're hurt.
I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, out of all the things, you know what I'm saying? Like that you could be doing right now.
I will say that he is one of those kids that is like, you're so hard-headed and like it's like there's this thick layer that we have to like get through to help him understand or whatever. But at the same time, there's so much depth there. Like did you see what your face just did? It was not very nice. A microphone probably blocked it too. But like he's also very like, he feels deeply, and he I don't know, there's a lot going on up there that he's not necessarily able to process through completely, that he kind of has to be probed to be able to communicate those thoughts. And I feel like, I don't know if that's similar to me or not, but I feel like I am like that sometimes too, where I can't necessarily communicate everything that's on my heart and mind, but I know what I'm feeling, and I know I'm feeling it very strongly, if that makes sense.
Uriah has only child energy. He like needs two working parents like on him. You know what I'm saying? Like two parents who are just kind of like, okay, and did you wipe your butt? Did you wipe your butt? No. Go wipe your butt. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs that type of attention. And it's funny how someone who feels so deeply can be so absent-minded when it comes to other people's feelings.
Yeah.
He's like hurts physically and emotionally. He hurts. The other day we had somebody over here, a friend of ours, a dear friend, a very dear friend. And he goes, "You talk too much. You're talking too much." Like, what? You're talking too much right now. Like, I just want to be like, yo, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
He like how I mean, he's only 5. He's 5. But it's so hard having Theo, who's super like emotionally aware and can like communicate very well.
People smart.
People smart. And Uriah is like, I'm gonna cry and then I'm gonna punch you in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
when he was a kid, like a baby.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be like, Ryan, no, you cannot do that. Well, that's why I'm gonna cry.
Yes. I forgot about that face.
Okay, and I'm gonna drink your tears. I do not care.
Hence toddler tears.
Yeah, like he would just always threaten. Well, that's why I'm gonna cry. And he's like, you can't convince him, and I'm trying to like, I have to be patient because I'm trying to build. I want to build. I want him to know remorse and like repentance. Anyway, this has been a long chocolate baby story time.
Yeah. Which I feel like, can I just close here?
Yeah,
I do feel like he's on the verge of knowing that. Maybe not like completely, but I do feel like he's on the verge because he does at times, or is that Theo? Who am I thinking of? I feel like he does at times come and say, "Mom, I'm sorry about such and such." But I actually think I'm talking about Theo.
That ain't him.
Dang it.
That ain't him.
I'm rooting for Raya.
Yeah, I mean, I know that who Raya is now isn't who he's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to grow and develop. But right now, it's just so interesting. I'm more interested in the full story and what happens when he's 15 versus 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are some of these complexes that we're seeing is like, Lord, if you don't stop this boy to being like, man, that was really a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a gift. And, you know, we should have flourished this area and helped grow this area. But right now, everything kind of just seems like I just always squinting at him. Like,
I know.
just looking like what that is going on.
And recently he was my favorite, but now I'm back to squinting too. I'm like, oh, what's happening, Raya?
Yeah, like, what's going on?
Not to say, y'all, and let me just go back because I just realized what I said out loud.
You said that. I didn't say that. You said that.
But let me just go back and backtrack a little bit. But, you know, there are seasons of parenthood where some children are easier to, what's the word I'm looking for? Easier to connect with than others. And so recently Raya was that kid, but he's back to his old, just kidding.
Well, he's a good self player. He has a lot of good qualities.
Yeah, he does.
He's much about justice.
Oh my goodness, yes.
You know, except when it's time for him to.
Facts.
Yeah. But like, he's very much about like, all right, this is what I did. I did it.
Yeah.
You know, he
takes ownership.
He tells on himself.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Let's move on. Okay. Yeah. What is it now? Words of affirmation. All right, y'all. Words of affirmation is just what it sounds like. Words of affirmation. So if you want to leave us words of affirmation, you can go ahead and leave us a voicemail at 760-335-6643. Again, that's 760-335-6643. We love to hear your voice there, or we love to hear your voice via our DMs on How Married Are You Instagram. You can use the voice memo app feature and send us a DM that way, and we will add it to our words of affirmation. And you could also just go to the link below and leave us a voicemail directly on Anchor. If you don't like any of those options, we also accept words of affirmation via a review on whatever podcast app you choose to listen to us on, along with a 5-star rating. We just love to hear from y'all. So go ahead and take care of that real quick. But let's listen to these words of affirmation.
What we're gonna do right here is go back.
Hi, Yvette and Glen. I just want to say thank you so much for sharing the wisdom, all based on biblical truth. It has been helping me on a single journey. Well, in my relationship and single journey before. And I'm truly grateful for your ministry. I just pray, and lift you guys up and hope that you continue the Lord's work and helping others wherever you can. Thank you so much.
And you don't stop, a freak, y'all. And you don't stop, to the beat, y'all. And you don't stop, a freak, y'all. And you don't stop.
Hey guys, Beleaf here from Beleaf in Fatherhood and How Married Are You? And I know you're sitting here like, what is happening to my podcast? But I want to let you know that we finally have our first sponsors for the How Married Are You podcast. And this episode is brought to you by the Bible Study, the easy way to study the Word. Grow deeper in your faith and experience God using the Bible Study by Zach Windahl. I met Zach Windahl a few months back. We sat down over breakfast and he told me all about how the Bible Study was transforming the lives of people who wanted to know more about God and the Word of God. Finally, you can study the Bible without feeling overwhelmed. What's included? A daily and weekly guide that walks you through the Word, growing you as a Christian and transforming your heart and mind in the process. Also, in-depth questions that help you strengthen your relationship with God, yourself, and others. Colorful and engaging pages to draw you in and create excitement for studying the Bible and connecting with God. Now, this is all hearsay for me because I actually gave my only copy away to a friend of ours, but I'm ordering another one today, getting 10% off using the coupon code HMAY for How Married Are You? That's HMAY.
Yo, we are back, and make sure you guys check out our sponsor for the podcast, the Bible Study, at thebrandsunday.com. An amazing workbook alongside your Bible, which is going to take you through the Bible chronologically from, in 1 year. And so I'm going through it. I think it's amazing. It's dope. I'm so glad that they are sponsors of the podcast. And I want you to buy the book with 10% off with the coupon code HMAY. That's HMAY. Stands for How Married Are You? And so big shout out to the Bible Study for sponsoring the podcast. Okay.
Thank you.
Today we are communicating. I think that a lot of us go into marriage, and once we get into like the first year, the second year, the third year, people start saying this term, and I hate this term. And I don't know why we as men allowed this thing to run so rampant. And I really want your honest opinion and perspective on this. Happy wife, happy life is just straight up BS to me. The fact that we are like kind of say this slogan as kind of like how we get through marriage, not excel or thrive, just get through it, is to satisfy your wife, seems very draining and not very joyous. And so I feel like I was kind of like, I believed that for a long time. Happy wife, happy life. And I think just recently, through some conversation we were having, I was just kind of like, I'm not trying to make you happy no more. And so what was the conversation we had that brought that up?
I think the basis, I don't know. I don't remember exactly the conversation. Did I record the conversation? Because I feel like I
did. I think recorded.
Can I record it? Oh yeah, when you were sitting at the table. Anyway, what was your question?
Well, basically, I'll kind of jog your memory. Would that be?
No, I understand. I know, but what was your question just now? I just want to make sure I address your question.
Like, do you think how does that make you feel when I say that? Like, happy wife, happy life is BS.
Oh, I'm not upset by it at all.
I'm not trying to make you happy.
Yeah. I think that in our particular instance, I think the conversation that we recently had was me basically expressing that I don't know what would make me happy. Like, I don't know what happiness necessarily looks like for me right now. I feel like there are things that we have. I don't even know if happy is necessarily the word.
Mm-hmm.
Happy is the word that's bothering me.
Or like I've been asking you, what's your plan? What do you want to do? What are your goals? What are
Yeah. He's been asking me like, what are my plans? What am I working toward? What are my goals? And I don't know. And he's like, I'm so tired of you saying I don't know.
Well, it's not so much that you don't know what your goals are and stuff. My thing is, I don't feel like you're pleased with the stuff I'm accomplishing. So I'm trying to like say, okay, well, what do you want to do? Like I've been saying, I don't feel like you're like pleased or like happy or excited or content. And I'm like, okay, well, if the stuff I'm doing isn't right, well, then what do you want to do? What?
What stuff?
Like I feel like we're doing well. Literally everything that you have thought of is coming.
Yeah, and so I don't understand, like my thoughts when you say that to me. I'm like, well, what basis do you have for that feeling or understanding?
Oh, of like your discontentment. You know, one of the big triggers was like when you like was like, oh yeah, like moving to Florida be cool, or like it's like sometimes you just say, don't you just wish, and then it's like whatever comes after that is like, no, like I get it, I'm good. And so I think we were talking about something, and I was like, we just need more time, just give me time. We were talking about something, and I was like,
oh, it was when we were working on the schedule with Alexa.
Yes.
And you felt like we ganged up on you because I
have an assistant now. Her name is Alexa, and she's helping me schedule out my days and stuff like that. And so I was trying to explain to Yvette. She was like, you know, I feel like you should have, 24 hours off, just to do whatever, and I was just like, yeah, I think right now 18 is good. Just like, let me get the 18, because 24, take some things away and I can't do such and such. I was like, but let me know a timeline and I'll try to get to 24 by that time, So
no, you didn't say, let me know a timeline. You told us the timeline. You said, so we were like you need to be, because we were basically going over his weekly schedule and then like schedule, right? And I don't know if we've said this on the podcast before, but like Glen is kind of he has a thing, like
be careful.
I know, I'm
just saying
to find the words.
I mean, I'm not saying that like be careful because I'm gonna be offended, but I want you to understand where like that we're literally trading places. So you were once where I'm at. So I'm just saying be careful, because we both live this life. Okay. What did I do?
I don't know. You just irritated me though. Basically, I was going to say that Glen is addicted to productivity. Would you say that is true? He wants to eat the Okay, not addicted. You have a thing for productivity? A strong affection toward productivity?
Call it an addiction.
Glen has a strong affection toward productivity. And if he could, from the moment he woke up to the moment he goes to sleep, if he even slept, he would be working or doing something productive. Is that true or false?
False.
Okay. So tell me, what
from
would
the
you
time
do?
I wake up.
Okay, you would eat breakfast or sit on the toilet and poop? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. You don't know.
No. What would you do? Tell me.
I would put out something.
Yeah.
I like to produce. I like to make stuff.
Yeah.
I like to.
And that's your work. Right?
Yeah, but it's also like a joy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's not like always work.
Okay.
So it is like something I do for enjoyment.
Okay.
I like to create.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Continue.
I don't know how to continue.
Yeah, well, just keep going.
I know, but you just like threw me off.
Sorry.
So basically what we were trying to say, like, honestly, like right now, Glen's work, the work that he does do, the content that he puts out, a lot of it has to be branded material. So a lot of it, like, it's not just his full creative, it has his creative swagger to it, but it's not his full creative swagger to it because he's working with brands and whatnot in order to produce the content, in order to provide for our home. You know what I'm saying? You guys can't tell me you know what I'm saying. It sucks sometimes not being able to hear back from them. But yeah. And so anyway, so a lot of times it just does feel like he's kind of jumping through hoops. Like, would you say that? Like, would it feel like you're jumping through hoops? You're doing all this work. People don't pay you on time, but they want the product on time. Like all that kind of stuff. Like he's got a lot of that going on. Right. And so I'm saying all that to say, I guess, that there's not a lot of freedom with how you spend your time. Right? Would you agree?
I agree.
And so we know that, like, the people around you, the people on your team acknowledge that. And we know that you are fully aware of that. And so when you talk about your week, we wanted to just make sure that you actually like schedule time for fun or just to rest or to do nothing. But you were saying that you can't do that. And so we asked, and so you were like, I think we started talking about timeline or whatever. And I think we asked you, when did you think it was reasonable? And you said, because I was thinking, okay, maybe like January, but you said August of next year, which is a long way away. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, you want us to wait all the way until August for you to like actually schedule free time for yourself? And so in my mind as your wife, I'm like, he's going to have a mental break. Like there's going to be a moment in time when he's just going to break because he doesn't have any kind of outlet or whatever. And so that was all I was concerned about.
Well, okay, so I didn't say that I asked you to help me figure out a timeline for when that was acceptable. Like 24 hours, like let's come up with a timeline together. Mm-hmm. I said I won't be able to make residual income and I'm going to have this type of life until August of 2020 is my projection. Mm-hmm. I wasn't saying that I wasn't going to be able to take a day off until then. That's not what I said. I asked you to help me. I asked you to come up with your ideal week or day or whatever the situation was to help me figure out when I can do that so we can come up with it together.
I know, but you were like, okay, my Sabbath is going to be from 4:00 on this day to like noon the following day. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, well, that doesn't really give us a lot of time if you think about it, because you're going to come home, the kids go to bed at 7, eventually we go to bed, we wake up, like a lot of that time is sleep. So it's more like, can we have a full Saturday? Like Saturday morning when we wake up to Saturday when we go to sleep type situation. And you were like, that's just not realistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so this breeds your understanding that I lack contentment.
Well,
is that what you're saying? Or am I tripping?
I'm saying that you're telling me that I'm going to work myself to death or I'm going to have a panic attack when I've actually had panic attacks with no schedule, and I'm actually more scheduled than I've ever been, and I feel great about the schedule, and I like the schedule, and it doesn't last forever. It's just for a season. Mm-hmm. There have been other times in our marriage where there was nothing, no parameters. It just was a full-on attack on our sanity, and I feel like I have more control than I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Now, in this season, you know, whether it be 6 months or 8 months or wherever, I really want to take the time to get this stuff right so I don't have to do it twice, and that I can make more time for us, for us, you know, which I believe is possible if we had residual income coming in. And so I'm just asking for more time in that area. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what realistically, I'm asking you what you want. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not so much concerned about what's going on like with my time because it's all scheduled, but I'm saying I'm allotting this time for like us to do something fun or for us to have time with the kids, or you know what I'm saying? But unless I could hire someone to do this stuff for me, because I have to organize the files, I have to write the treatments, and that stuff is really important to me, and it's not too much important like over my family, you know what I mean? But I am kind of like bearing the weight of that, you know what I'm saying? So
I guess for me, the biggest I don't even know what the word is, but the botherance that I have with it is that like being a stay-at-home parent is a 24/7 job. And so if you have like the schedule that you have, it's still like, I feel like I just don't get any time off. And I'm grateful. And maybe this is where you get like the impression that I'm not grateful or I lack contentment. Like I'm completely grateful for us being able to hire help for me at home. But it's different because I don't necessarily feel like I can like leave the load completely on her, if that makes sense. Like I'm a whole lot more comfortable going to get a mani-pedi with all 4 of the kids at home with you than I am with, not that she's incapable, but it's just I don't feel as like, I feel like if the mani-pedi takes a little bit longer, then it's okay. Glen's at home with the kids, he's got it type situation. Not that I even go get mani-pedis, but what I'm saying is like, if you don't get time off, I don't get time off, and I want you to have time off to enjoy life, but I also want you to have time off to enjoy the kids. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
But see, that's the thing is like when you say like I don't enjoy the kids, like you make it seem like I'm not around. Like on a few occasions you were like, you're not here. You're not here. That's right, you are. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? So there is a part of me that's kind of like, well, make up your mind, because you're saying that you want me to have time off, but if I'm really gonna have time off, then I'm also like I'm doing something that's off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not having time off. I'm swapping places with you to take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? So
not necessarily. Like I want us to be able to enjoy each other as a family, which we've been really good about doing family night. I don't know. I think I just had this whole like, and it might be something where like I have this misconception of what it would look like when I came home. But now that Beleaf in Fatherhood is turning more into a business, it's not as much like, and that it's like our sole, like how we bring income into this house. It's just changing. It's not as relaxing.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a plan for this. This wasn't my plan. You know what I mean? And so now that it is the plan, I'm trying to maneuver and make the right decisions to be there. So I'm saying like, I believe that we will have that time. But if it's either like, okay, cool. It's either like, okay, I'm gone Monday through Friday from 8 to 8 or whatever. Like I'm just gone all day and I'm home on weekends. Exclusively, like I'm just home. Or I'm in there from 6 to 4, and then I spend a little bit of Saturday and Sunday working. But I need to know what those visions are. Like, what did you picture it like? And I feel like I'm around our children probably more than anyone we know besides like Pat.
What do you
and
mean?
Rec. Like I don't like I'm around.
Oh, you mean like how other fathers are
Like how
around
I'm
their
involved
kids?
I am. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't really I understand. I don't know what your picture is, your vision, or like how you want the family to exist.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I don't have those ideas and those visions and you're not communicating those things, I'm kind of stuck in this like, well, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make more time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to, you know, try to help out here and here and here and here. But I got to do this so that we can have more.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, and what I was saying was that I don't feel like there's enough grace in the time period that we have. Somebody's going to have to suffer. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be both of us for a little bit. And we're both going to have to suffer in different ways. But it's just like college. Like, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get through that. And it's only for a period of time. And then you reap the benefits of that because you have your degree and you can make money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do you not agree?
I don't know because you say it's only for a period of time. But for me, it's kind of like, what is that period of time? Because when you say August of 2020, I'm like, I don't know if I can make it that long. Because currently I feel, and I'm not trying to say that you're an absent father, but like you're not an absent father and there was no but, like that wasn't supposed to be a but. I don't know how else to say though, but like, let's think about it. In the morning, let's just think about today. This morning you were around for the morning because your brother was here.
Right.
But generally you're gone in the morning. So like if we had a morning like today, and you've been trying to do better as far as getting home at a decent hour, but like today you came home after bedtime.
What time did I leave?
I don't know, but it wasn't like you weren't, like I still was making breakfast for the kids and like, you know, getting them ready for the day. Like I was still responsible for the kids from the moment they woke up to whatever. And you were around to help out because your brother was here. But I'm saying like I don't think that I can take those work days.
So I just don't understand. When am I
Very
supposed to
much so.
work? What am I supposed to?
What I'm saying is I need a light at the end of the day, a light at the end of the tunnel during the day. I need a light at the end of the tunnel for the week. I need to know that Calvary is coming, that I'm going to have help. And so, yes, we have help. We've hired help, but I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's like, you can't come home after bedtime because I like every day because it's just not going to work for me. And you don't come home after bedtime every day, but sometimes you be cutting it real close and it's like I need, like, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm just feeling like
it's hot.
Yeah, it is hot, but I feel like literally this has really been, I've only had the office for like a month, 2 months, and maybe a half, 2 months and 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount of time you've been dealing with this hasn't really been that long. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like it's been all my life I had to fight. It seems like you've been dealing with this since the beginning of time. Now, before, no schedule, right? I wasn't coming home. I would be at work all day. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to be home by 4. I'm trying to be home by 4. I'm trying to be home by 4. And the goal is for me to be home at what time?
4.
No, what's the goal?
Huh?
When I told you,
Oh, you said noon?
I want to be home eventually by noon every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do, but I have to work toward that. I have to get rhythms and stuff in place.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm telling you, it's going to be a light. And I'm telling you that, but it's kind of like, yeah. I don't care. I hear you what you're saying, but right now, so you're going to continue to tell me that you're dissatisfied and that I'm not there enough until when? Like, I'm telling you that I'm working toward it. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I need a full scope of like, what you like. You can't. Okay, so cool. I'm home before bedtime. I'm home before 4. I'm home before 12, or whatever. Like, I don't know what your goals are. I only know what you're not happy with. Like, that's all you're telling me. It's like, I want, you shouldn't and you're not, and I'm alone. And like, I understand your plight because I dealt with it too when you were oblivious. And I'm telling you, I'm here to help you. I got you. But I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? You got 4, right? I didn't have a nanny, but I feel like you should lean on a nanny more. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. Like, I need you to lean on a nanny. I feel like you've been talking lately, babe, I really want you to get a vasectomy, right? You've been saying that. But I feel like if I was always home, you wouldn't have been saying it. I've been letting you feel it. Because I can't, like, I have to get the stuff done. I'm not trying to be like, you know, this workaholic or whatever.
And the truth is, like, I understand that. Like I told you, I was like, this is just a season of endurance. And I'm trying to put systems into place to be able to, I hate to use the word cope, but cope with it. So I started therapy.
Yeah. Congrats on that.
Thanks. And it was great. Like, I'm really hopeful that this person and I are a match. Oh, now you guys see I'm wearing my pajama pants. I'm really hoping that this person and I are a match, because the last time I had started therapy, I was really hopeful and it just was not what I wanted it or needed it to be. And I only had 1 session so far. Actually, by the time you hear this, I will have had 2. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really hopeful because there are a lot of things that I don't know what I want. I don't know how to endure well, you know? And so, and I don't want to just be in survival mode. Like, I want to be enjoying life more. And I don't know that I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. Let's pause. Yeah. I understand you're not enjoying life right now. Is that Uzi? Yeah, I understand you're not enjoying life right now. That is Uzi. I don't feel like I am either. You know what I'm saying? So we're both kind of in this place. But for me, it's just like, yo, like and I guess I feel like I've been trying to solve your problems. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you have, like, you know, we need a car, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like, everything is kind of like, we are solving these problems.
So they're not just my problems, right?
They're not just your problems at
okay.
all, but I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure from you. Do you feel like there's...
I mean, when we didn't have a car, then I couldn't go anywhere. I was stuck at home with 4 kids all day.
Sure, but you've been saying we need a car for how long?
Since we've needed a new car.
Okay. Right. So, for years. A few years.
Really?
Yeah. Or the house. Or the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I walk in here like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or just plants or like things like, I'm not saying I bought the plants, but I'm saying that
you did buy the plants. All the money we have is.
I'm just saying like I feel like there's no reason to be discouraged. Like, look where we just came from. Like, how could you doubt that your life is not gonna? I'm
not doubting it.
Okay.
It's like I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like having this conversation.
That's fine. Yeah, for me, I want to, I feel like I'm trying to solve your problems and I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I want you to solve your own problems.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that I can't do that. And that's what I'm saying. Like happy wife, happy life, that's just isn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm never going to, I don't feel like I'm ever going to do anything and you're going to be like, all right, that's good enough. We're good. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like I feel like something's always missing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I have to figure out what's missing.
Mm.
Like you can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And then let you know.
No,
Don't
you can figure it out and go get it. Why you gotta let me know? You need your own plans, your own goals. That's all I'm saying. Is that not right? That's right, right?
Oh, man, babe. There's some conversations we have to have off the mic.
What? I ain't scared of you. Fine.
What? I wasn't saying that you should be scared of me. I'm just saying, like, yeah, like.
What?
Yeah.
All right, guys. What? Are you done?
So happy life, happy wife is trash.
It's not trash. It's just not, I don't think it's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we base our success on the happiness and contentment of the wife instead of like, well, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? Am I doing good with my time? Am I honoring? And if you're not happy, like that is a concern, but it's not for me to make you happy. It's not my responsibility to do that. You feel that? Or do you think it is?
No, I don't think it's your responsibility. No, I do not think I genuinely do not think it's your responsibility. No.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the responsibility seems like it's on the man
Mm-hmm.
to make the wife happy so he doesn't have to get nagged.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's fair and I don't want to do that, you know?
There's also another thing that it's like all the woman has to do is keep her legs open and her husband will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
what?
Is that true? Is
I
that
don't
all
know.
we have? Is that all we have to do?
I don't know. You know? I can do a lot for myself. You know what I'm saying? Can't do everything.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know. I've never heard that.
Really?
Like as a slogan.
It's not a slogan, but it's an understanding. No? Is that not an understanding? I need y'all let me know in the comments below or somewhere.
Is there pressure for women just to like lay down for her husband? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could talk about that next. Call in and leave your messages about if you believe, or send us a voice memo or whatever, however you want to do it.
760-335-6643.
Or on the Instagram, how married are you?
Mm-hmm.
Or in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down and tap on that anchor. So yeah, is there pressure for women just to, satisfy her husband sexually? And do you believe happy wife, happy life is correct? Is your goal to stay happy? Men, do you feel pressure to keep your woman happy? I think I did for a long time.
And I don't feel like I put that pressure on you. I really don't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you listen well and I speak irresponsibly.
You talk too much.
And so you are literally, and you keep receipts like nobody else I know. And so when you hear me say those things, they're like registering in your mind and possibly in your heart as I got to do this in order to make her happy type situation. And in my heart and mind, I'm just saying like, oh, it would be nice to go on hike
every Saturday alone. It'd be nice to go on a
No,
hike every
I want
Saturday
to go
alone.
on hikes with you guys.
At
I
Big
just
Sur.
don't want to have to do it by myself. Like, I want to go hike a certain trail right now, but I can't. Like, I would have to take the kids with me. And I want to take the kids with me. I want hiking to be something that our kids enjoy and look forward to do and grow up remembering. Remember when mom used to go on hikes with me? Like, I want that to be a thing, but it's just hard right now. And I feel like, too, a part of this is just like understanding the season that we're in. And I think, I don't know, I just feel like that's a huge part of it. Like, understanding that we have 4 kids, 6 and under. And so there's just not a lot of freedom in that, because I do understand that at some point, like, I'm going to have kids 6 and older, and we're going to be able to do a lot more and move a lot more freely than we're able to move now. And if you know anything about me, that's just who I am. I like to kind of just, like, I enjoy being home, but I also enjoy going to the beach and it not being like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, tonight, I would have loved to go watch the sunset. I know it was beautiful. I didn't even let myself go outside and look out the window because I know it was beautiful. And I really wanted to be at the beach watching the sunset.
And so for me, that makes me feel like I'm depriving you of something because I'm not there to allow you to watch the sunset.
It's not that. It's just that it would be easier if you were home and we could all go together. It would be easier if that was something that you also enjoyed. It would be easier if the kids were older. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily your fault. It's just like it would be easier.
Yeah, and so I'm like, you know, like the last week you went to Poets in Autumn, and you know your plight was, if we would have went, we would have to take the baby, and that's like I'll watch the baby, you go with your mom, and I be feeling like I made a mistake because you have to breastfeed or something. Like it's often something that I'm like reminded of. That I'm like, he's like, I gotta take Uzi everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, he's attached to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. So why did it surprise you that I would have to take him to Poets in Autumn?
It's not that it surprised me. It just is like, it's almost like a surprise to you. Like you mention it as if like it's
because
a burden.
I need your help to be consistent about trying to feed him a bottle once a day. I can't give him a bottle. He's not going to take a bottle from me.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I need help getting him to free the nip.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm saying I don't know the goals here. Like I don't know if I'm supposed to be home 8 hours a day. Like I don't know what you want. Like I'm not hearing you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like you're communicating. I'm just hearing what you don't have. Mm-hmm. So like I need you to tell me whenever you figure this out, like what it is you want. Because like as things seemingly are just like kind of getting a little bit better, like I'm hearing the same things. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes me not like it. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm doing well.
It makes you not what?
It makes me not like want to listen. Mm-hmm. It makes me want to ignore you. And be like, all right, well, I'm just going to do what I'm good at and she'll figure out maybe through therapy or whatever. And I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Maybe she'll be all right. But like, I just can't sit in a place where I'm like, oh, and this was wrong. And this was wrong. And she's not feeling this. And, I don't know. I'm just kind of. And when I do something, it's kind of like, that was cute. Good job. Pat on the back. I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I got to freaking work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You want to trade? Mm-hmm. I would love to trade. I would love it. How married are you? Awkward.
I'm so married that I've lowered my expectations.
Of what? Sorry.
I feel like I've been trying to be very intentional about not saying like you have to be here or you have to be there. For example, there was a kid's birthday party that I did not expect you to come to at all. But I just never had any expectation that you would be there. And so I didn't say like I wasn't upset when you weren't ready to go or whatever. I just went and that was it. And there was something else recently that it was like, I didn't expect you to be there or make an effort to be there. So I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. You know who did have an expectation for me to be there?
Your children?
The children. Mm-hmm. You're coming, right, Dad?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we were literally driving away in the car and it was like, where's Dad? And I was like, are you guys kidding me right now? It's so annoying. Like, I know that you know. I don't know that you know, but that's like a part of the thing too. It's like, even today, at one point in the day, they're like, where's Dad? I'm like, what?
He's bringing home the bacon. Protect me. Are you protecting me in my absence?
I was like, he's at work. What do you mean? Where is he? Like, I just didn't understand the inquiry. I was like, I don't get it. Why do we always have to have the same conversations?
We should all just be homeless, man.
No, I don't think, and this is a part of the problem, I think. We have not transitioned out. I left, and I know you're going to be like, what? We didn't transition. But like, I left a career that I was in for 7 years to become a stay-at-home mom.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And that is something that I wanted for myself. And so now, like, there's been no, like, coaching me through it. It was kind of like you're just thrown into the trenches type situation. It was no, like, this is how you do it.
No one threw you. You jumped.
I understand that. But, like, I think this is what happened. I think when I made the jump, I was thinking that we would be here together. I think I genuinely believe that. I don't know that I expected you to kind of just leave the scene. And I think, and I know that you haven't like completely left. Your eyes, everything about your expression right now is like whatever.
I'm trying not to headbutt you.
Listen. Listen, I think our kids are feeling the same way. Theo and Uriah, you were their primary parent for... When did I become the primary parent?
2 years.
I've only been it for 2 years. How long were you the primary parent?
2 years.
What? It seems like you've been
3.
the primary parent longer than that.
Yeah.
But like, we never kind of told them, like, you know what I mean?
I've been telling them. I've been saying it. I have video of me saying, Mommy's going to come home. She's going to be with you guys. And I'm going to go to work. They wanted you home. I've been talking about this for a long time. I've been saying this. And I've been just very like, yo, this is what it's going to be. They may be forgetful, but they have to understand that we work. We do not stay home all day.
Okay, babe. How married are you? Because we got to go get Uzi.
No, don't try to change the subject. But I'm just saying that they have to understand that we work. Mm-hmm. Like somebody will be busting their butt. Mm-hmm. And it's probably going to be you, Theo. Probably going to be you, Raya. Daddy isn't always going to be home. Mm-hmm. When he's home, he's going to make the most of it. But he's not always going to be there. It's not possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to work. Mm-hmm. I'm so married that I folded them clothes the other morning. Laughing at me. See, this is what I get when I try acts of service. My God. See how my efforts just diminish just a little bit? I do something, she just bring me down just a little bit.
Because what would it sound like if you said, ask me Ask me.
How married are you?
How married am I? Babe, I made food for your children today. Ask me again.
No, babe. I don't do laundry. That is something I do not do. That is something that you do. It would be like me saying, how married are you? And you saying, I made $5,000. That's what it would be like.
And
No, right?
this episode is over.
No, am I right? I mean, like, it would. That's the opposite. Like, there's something that you don't do.
I
It's
don't
something-
make money.
Right, but I don't fold laundry, and I did something to try to help.
That's what you're saying, Yvette. You don't make money. So it'd be like you saying,
But I don't fold laundry.
okay, got it.
Oh my gosh.
And
Bye, y'all.
that's
I'm not saying it.
just how married we are. Woo-sa.